You have a 1 in 2 chance to know what this game is. I hope you're right. Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. It is the adventure, not adventures. I keep on calling it Adventures of Link. This is my go-to favorite game of all time. Whenever someone says, what is your favorite game of all time? Your favorite video game right now? That changes daily. But my go-to favorite video game of all time, as far as nostalgia, as far as gameplay, before Metroidvania was a thing. Why don't they call it Adventure of Link Mania? You know, it's... or whatever. I dig it, and I want to see this working again. Now, I know a little bit about this, but I don't know the full story. It works, but it doesn't. Like, the graphics are... Well, let's just... Well, we got a title screen. Nothing beyond that, though. Anything? Shock the system. Come on now. Ah! Don't do that. Might mess up the battery. Alright, well, it's working, but it's not playing. This reminds me of that Crystallis thing. Let's see if we can fix it. Hopefully by cleaning it, but we'll see. So we need... Actually, I need a drink first. Hold on. I'll try the 1UP card, first and foremost. It's one of these guys. You can get them through oneupcard.com. This one happens to have my face on it. I was giving these away at conventions in 2018. I need to get some more, though, so I can give some more away in 2019. However, they're handy. Q-tip and rubbing alcohol works just as well, right? But this, so many games have worked just because of one of these, so I'm going to give it a shot first. Although, it's more of a courtesy anymore. I mean, the game works, so I know it's not a problem with the pins, at least as far as the game goes, right? Nothing. Should we open it up, see what it looks like on the inside? This is the 3.8 security millimeter game bit. I've seen it referred to as security bit, and I've seen it referred to as game bit, generically enough. It's a 3.8 millimeter, though, for Nintendo games. And not all Nintendo games. Sometimes you see those ones that have the screw in the back. You know, just standard issue, kind of a, flathead. Jeweler's screwdriver would work just fine for that. You can find those at any kit, anywhere. You can find them sometimes at the grocery store. It's how popular those are, or how common those are. If you're ever curious about the gold carts, it's because they're black and then painted gold. Couldn't we just have black carts? But I think they wanted to do the gray carts because it was like everything in the 80s was either really colorful or not colorful at all. This looks really clean. This looks really clean. Holy moly. What a clean copy. Jealous. This is an SK-ROM. It's the same board used for Legend of Zelda, the first one. The same board used for Kid Icarus and Metroid. Both of them are password system saves. However, for the Famicom disk system that they were on, they saved. So they put them on here in hopes that maybe it could have saved in the future, but they didn't have the battery in them. There have since been Metroid hacks that have the battery save, which is kind of cool. I'm going to try the Bright Boy, and if that doesn't work, then I'm open for suggestions. Let's try the Bright Boy just to see. Bright Boy, you ask? Bright Not Boy. It's like Brasso, but it doesn't leave that white residue stuff. And I got a hair with it, too. Oof. Where'd that come from? It's not for me. That's for sure. A little bit goes a long way. Bright Boy, same with Brasso. It removes the thinnest layer. Just kind of like, imagine resurfacing a disc. You can only do it so many times. I've never had a game not work because I've used Brasso too many times or Bright Boy too many times. Brasso especially. There's a lot of people who are like anti-Brasso. But look, see how clean that was? Now it looks all like that. Come on now. This was a clean Q-tip. Promise it was not in my ear or up my nose or whatever you use Q-tips for. I don't know. Alright, let's give it a shot. It doesn't mind either. Dude. I'm gonna try like this. Nope. Nope. You ever do this thing? Like where you pull it almost all the way out, but it's still in hope that it'll work. Well, do you hear that? Let me turn that up. I hear the very, very first note right when I hit reset. The very first note. That... Listen. You hear that? It's not just me, right? I'm going to try reflowing the solder just to see. And if that doesn't work, then I'm willing to take your suggestions. There are 2 chips on this board that I want to point out. There's the CHR, which is your characters, that's the graphics of the game, and then the PRG, which stands for the program of the game. We know the graphics work. The program's not working, so I'm only going to reflow these ones just to see. And if that's not right, or if that's not, it's like, oh, no, you need to do this other thing too, I'd love to hear about it. Again, I don't have an electronic engineering background. I don't have any technological degree whatsoever. I'm just doing stuff that's been working for me for the last 30 years. In fact, you know, it's funny. I used to fix the Nintendo games at my old video store when I was growing up. That was kind of like my first, like, you know, I'd fix their games. They'd let me keep the broken ones. And some of the working ones. They're like, oh, you can just keep it. I was like, oh, thanks, dude. But then I'd also do that in trade for video game rentals. So kind of helping them out, helping myself out. I was there all the time anyway, renting games. That's all I could afford, really, right? So flowing the solder, or reflowing the solder. Basically just taking the solder that's already there, melting it, making it all nice and warm and gooey all over again, that nice ball of metallic napalm. And then as soon as you pull it away, it gets cool again. So maybe if there's any, like, you know, solder holes or something, I don't know. But I do know that this has worked a few times in the past. So it's almost like my go-to, you know, if that doesn't work, I'll try this. Here we go, moment of truth. Ah, got your fingers crossed. Sure? You're like, yeah, whatever. Nothing. Ah. It's so weird, it does that first note. Maybe if I try blowing on it, yeah, that'll work. Terrible. I'll try something else later, though. If you have any ideas, let me know in the comments. Have I tried turning it off and on again, is that what you said? Mm-hmm. You know, I will say for the IT crowd, I was thinking about that first episode the other day, and the girl who beats up Roy, she may have beat up Roy, but she was also, you know, she didn't realize that her computer wasn't turned on, so she's still an idiot as far as that goes. Alright, so, not working yet. Can we get it working again? Watch it work now, just out of... Watch it go. Woohoo! Nope, I didn't think so. Alright. Got any comments? Got any ideas, comments, or where you can leave them? Thank you for watching, and I'll leave this aside for now, and maybe we'll do a part 2, courtesy of your comments. That's how that works. Thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you.